let's get into this video now. Ouch, sorry guys. This is my chicken legs. So you see, if you don't have chicken running around like that, all your pins, all your bottles, all your cans supposed to be full. Now these are not even a week old, right? But they are looking so healthy, right? We have small cans that they go in and they just pick, right? They pick. This is what makes them a bit heavy. You go over to that side, there's another pan there, and look at that one, drinking water. Always ensure that your water cans are, for me, I don't fill them, I fill them, let's say halfway, because in the morning you have to give the chicks nutrients. I love changing the water every day. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, but I love changing my water like every day. And the lighting, guys, remember the lighting must be a 100 watts so that it can provide the proper heat for the birds when the time gets too cold. Now look at that one looking there, ready to charge. Now these birds, they aren't 1 week old as yet, but all are looking healthy. All birds are looking healthy. And guys, can I tell you, this is another way of earning a little cash. It is time consuming, I must say. It takes money, yes, I must say. But at the end of the day, just imagine, and we are having a back to school just around the corner. So just imagine putting a flat down and say, okay, this is for my back to school. It's worth it, right? We don't have to complain about not having back to school already. And guys, ensure that you have sawdust in your pan. If you look on the floor, there's a bit of feeding on the floor. This is what the birds pick on when they are ready, right? And the sawdust also keeps them dry and cozy. You see how relaxed they are. Let's see if we can find one sleeping. Yes, they just sleep along the way, well relaxed, right? So this is Chenya. Say hi, Chenya. How you doing? Are you okay? Okay, cool. So see, everyone is in the feeding away, guys. Some over there running up and down. This chick would look like a 2-day chicken. 2-week chicken. But they are not even a week as yet. Not even a week as yet. And they look so comfortable. There's another pen with more in there. I'll have you see it, but this is just a new set that is about 4 days old, right? 4 days old, and we're trying to protect them as much as possible to see if we can get a good yield. And guys, if you keep nurturing or nourishing your birds, you can start reaping at 5 weeks, because what will happen, they will weigh about, let's say, 4 pounds, and persons that normally buy chickens, they prefer them, for example, some restaurants, they prefer them at 3 pounds, 3.5, 4, yes, but not so much, right? For like the shops and the wholesales, they love them at 4 pounds. I never see someone love the chicks at 5 pounds before, right? Because normally when you leave chickens for like 6 weeks, for persons that are just rearing the animal, when you leave a chick for 6 weeks, when you don't properly care for them, what happens? The meat will become chewy, too chewy. It becomes tough, and you don't get that soft, seasoned texture, right? Normally, when you raise them at 4 weeks and you season or marinate it, it becomes so soft. It gives you the final when you're finished eating. But when it becomes too tough or too thready, it's not that tasty or delicious, right? And the meat often is red, right? And too barky, so you're gonna get that nice thing, nice crunch, right? Or a flavor. But this is what a weak coop looks like for persons that are raising the pens. And you know that for the pens, guys, you have to ensure that there is no space where rats or mongoose or anything can get into the pen. You see how mine is well tapered off. Yes, be aware of the spacing at the top, because some persons are saying that rat don't climb. Rat do climb, guys. They can climb mesh. Mongoose can climb mesh also. So what happens? They go in and devour your flock, and you do not reap as you should, right? So this is a process. It's very simple. It may look simple, but guys, it's a lot of work. It is such a lot of work. You have to keep your coop very clean, because these birds are very sensitive. Your sawdust must be up to par, your feedings must be full, plus they should be comfortable, right, Siki? Right, Sini? Right, good. Right, so they must be very comfortable. They lay there. This one, very chirpy. Right, so this is what the pen looks like. The water pan must be very clean, guys. You can see where there is sawdust there, but we'll remove that. We can't remove it with our hands, because things may be on our hands, and you know, it gets contaminated into the drinking water. Just as how we would treat ourselves, that's how we treat our chickens, right? These little pans, they are so affordable, right? You can use trays, because these are definitely trays. So I use it for whatever I want to use it for, but these are mostly ice trays, right? And I say, okay, this look like it can turn into a feeding pot, so that's what I use it for. You don't have to follow me. You can buy the big pans, because I have several of these. I have, this is a small size. I have the bigger size, bigger than this, but I use it when the chickens are big enough. So that's in a bigger pen. It's in another pen for the bigger chicks. These are the smaller chicks. They should be able to reach their food easily. Even if some of the feed is on the ground, they love that, right? They love that. They love to pick off the floor also, right? And as you can see around the back, you have some persons resting around there, and we have enough space. I love the space. The space is so big enough for them, and they are so cozy, right? So healthy so far. It's a week. It's not even a week, it's about 4 days, and they are so healthy going, right, guys? So remember to like, remember to follow and share this video. And for persons that are going into the chicken business, this is what gives good production at 4 weeks, right? As the chicken grows, see them walking on each other, trying to get a warm spot. So that's what happened to sometimes when you have chickens that get too tampered on. See, so what happened, guys, in order to get a 4-week pound, this is what you practice, right? As the chickens progress, as this go on, I'll do more videos like this, and you get to follow, do the same, and get better yields in your chicken. So guys, tomorrow is Friday. I'll be adding aloe vera to their water, right? This cleanses them out. Friday is aloe vera day. You clean them out. I put a lot. Aloe vera is single Bible bitters. Yes, that I'll be adding to their water, because organically, when you give them these organic medicine, I think it works better than the commercial ones, right? For me, it works better, and based on experience, it does do work better for me. So guys, tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is aloe vera day, and as I tell you before, I'll go through the process, step by step process with you in growing chicks. Like, follow, share. Do have a great night. I am out.